Hi, what's up, guys? I'm here at Savannah Harley-Davidson. One of the preloaders he's riding to North Carolina from Jacksonville, Florida, and he asked me if I could meet him here on the way. Of course, I'm honored. You guys know I don't wake up early, but I wake up for you guys all the time. All right, we're gonna talk to him right now. All right, what's your name, sir?
Hello, everybody. My name is Eddie McLean up from Jacksonville, Florida.
What are you riding today, Eddie?
I'm on a 2021 Harley-Davidson Road Glide, and the color is called Gauntlet Gray.
And you just got this motorcycle, correct?
Got it 3 months ago, traded in a Road King, and I'm loving the difference with the fairing.
All right, I just want to take a look at the bike. It is nice looking.
Got my Robert Simmons LEDs and my Robert Simmons Custom Dynamics saddlebag lights.
There we go.
Yeah, and the strobe.
And the strobe. You got the magic strobe.
Yeah.
Looking good, Eddie. All right, Eddie, have you, besides those lights, have you done anything else to the bike?
I have put custom grips, foot pegs, and heel toe shifter.
Heel toe shifter, okay.
Yes, custom. And I have an XM radio right here.
Gotcha.
That I listen to in addition to the Harley music.
Now, do you ever use this heel to toe shifter the old way? Do you ever put your foot under there?
Never.
Okay, so what I had them do just yesterday on the Limited was lower both of them. And then I don't have to lift my foot all the way up to change gears. All I gotta do is go like this.
I did not know you could do that.
Yeah, nice. They're both adjustable. Your one in the back is nice and low.
Yeah.
They can lower that other one too. That way it'll be even going across.
Okay.
All right. Okay. How long have you been riding the motorcycle, Eddie?
14 years.
Okay, and on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I know you told me, you can tell the preloaders, what do you rate yourself?
I'm gonna say a 4.
A 4 is good.
But my goal is to get to a 6, so Robert Simmons can help me perfect that U-turn. I love to do a U-turn on a country road properly.
Okay, and you're gonna do a U-turn for us today, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see it.
Okay.
All right, guys, you guys know I'm a humble guy. If anybody wants to meet me and they ask me to meet them, what do I always say to you guys? Who am I, right? Of course I'm gonna come meet him, especially if he tells me, I want you to watch me make some U-turns, some figure eights, and he's driving through where I am. Absolutely, I want to meet him. I want to see what he's got to do. Because Eddie's driving to North Carolina. It's an 8-hour drive. He could have just kept it moving, right? But he wanted to stop, see me, meet him. He was nice enough to give me a little token of appreciation. I gave him something as well. So, all right, let's see what we got here. All right, he's gonna do it over here. He's warming up. Head and eyes, very good. Throttle's very good. Get the head and eyes. Throttle, throttle. Very nice. Very nice. Look at his head and eyes. Perfect, right? Oh, that's outstanding, Eddie. Using the rear brake. Very good. He can make a U-turn on any country road. Look at that. No, you're not doing it too fast at all. It's perfect. Your head and eyes, beautiful. Throttle is very smooth. It's steady. And the lean is good. You're using the rear brake. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. There's not a country road you can't make a U-turn on.
Let me do a couple of figure eights and see if I can draw it in a little tighter for you.
Okay. Look at that. Eddie wants to push the boundaries. He wants to do some figure eights now, make it a little tighter. Very good. Look at him in the transition. See See his head turns before he turns the handlebars. It's perfection. Perfection. Outstanding, Eddie.
That's one thing. But in your course, when you've got the cones and you've got the lines out there on that high school parking lot, it's a little intimidating when somebody's wanting to do a U-turn inside those 18 feet of those lines. Are those about 18 feet?
That's 18 feet between the two. Yes.
See, it's intimidating. They look tighter than a country road.
Well, again, unless that's your goal, it's not necessary. You're never going to need to make an 18-foot U-turn. You know, most likely you won't need to.
Those country roads are more like 21 feet.
20, 21, yeah. You're talking about roads with the double yellow line in the middle?
Yeah.
About 23 feet, yeah. Even if we say 20 at the minimum.
What's 2.5 of those?
2.5 of those? Well, each spot is 9 feet. So if it's 18, add 4.5.
Let me see if I can do it.
Okay, let's do that. I know you can do it in 2.5. I've seen you doing it. All right, so yeah, that's what he's talking about. You guys remember I did the video on can you make a U-turn on this road, and it's exactly the kind of road he's talking about. One way each direction, double yellow line in the middle, and I measured it. I think it was like 23 feet. Okay, swinging. Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah. Where? That's about 19 feet. Look at the U-turn here. Good, good, good. Oh yeah, he's good. All right, he's gonna try it going right. That's how you do it, guys. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. If you do it one way, guys, you got to do it the other way too. You heard him bring the RPMs up. That's what you want to do. Beautiful. It's about 19 feet.
19.
Oh, absolutely. You're not going to have any issues at all. Just make sure you keep that throttle up on the turns right there. It got a little low, but you're good. Very good.
One arm doesn't keep it locked. I think it's to the right that's weaker.
I'm weaker to the right.
Am I?
I am.
I think I am too, right?
Yeah, most people are. Why? I don't know. Okay. All right, so he's going to do another figure eight, and he's going to try to keep the figure eight within the same width that he was just doing those on. Okay, let the throttle go a little low. Throttle, throttle. It's good, very good. But see, this is why I always want the throttle a little higher. That way, if you need it, you have it. So keep that preload up.
Want me to follow you for about 5 minutes and we'll wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do that. It's a good idea. All right, we're gonna do some follow the leader. It's not gonna be on camera though. I love this guy already. All right, guys. So Eddie is he's gonna show you guys his impression of me. All right. Again, highest form of flattery. All right, go ahead, buddy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome out here to Pooler, Georgia, to right behind the high school at our practice course. Oh, by the way, if you stumbled across this channel or this is your first time seeing it, let me just tell you what the hell's going on. I'm Robert Simmons. I'm a retired New York Police Department professional who had a wonderful 22-year career with them, New York Police Department, NYPD, 15 of which were as a motor officer. And when I joined, I had no power experience with motorcycles. They taught me everything I needed to know, be an expert, safe motorcyclist. Because let's face it, anybody can go out here and ride a motorcycle 50, 60, 70 miles per hour. The motorcycle rides itself. It's those 3 and 4 and 5 mile per hour parking lot speeds that get us in trouble. I want you to be the boss of your motorcycle. If you look in the description below, we talk about preloading, trust and believe. There's 8 exercises. It's all down there. I want you to also become a VIP preloader. Sign up. We take 10 people per class. Come up here and train with me. If you don't go home a better motorcyclist after their training or these exercises, I'll give you money back. But it's free. Hey, but listen, seriously, you see it says be the boss, and on the back it says preloader. We're all about preloading. I want you to be the boss of your motorcycle, okay? Anyway, thanks for stumbling across the channel. Robert Simmons, and let me leave you with this. Let's spend less time thinking about the things we don't have and more times being thankful for the things we do have. See ya.
Outstanding. What do you guys think? Is he watching the channel? And listen, I don't know how much he's watching it, but remember I told you guys, there's some people that can watch something a few times, they got it, and some people have to constantly watch it. That was me. I had to read something over and over for it to click. That was awesome. That was awesome.
That's Robert Simmons, everybody.
All right, and he's right. Be the boss of your motorcycle on the front. Robert Simmons paying for it on the back. Outstanding.
Someday Robert Simmons is going to be introduced like that to a worldwide audience of 5 million motorcyclists on a Facebook Live training page. Worldwide fame and fortune. Robert Simmons. Count on it.
Thanks, Eddie. All right, Eddie's got a message for Pam.
Hey Pam, this is Eddie from Florida. I'm going to be coming up to the class soon, and I want to see if you've moved your slow speed motorcycle operating skills up 2 notches, my friend. I'm coming after you.
All right, Eddie's about to hit the road. Stand-up guy, preloader for life. Those are his words. And he was nice enough to top off my tank for me. I appreciate that. It's looking cloudy here, but it's not supposed to rain. All right, buddy. He's got his bag. Now, let me tell you something. We talked to another guy. Making U-turns. I love it. Guys, I'm telling you, it's addictive and it's contagious. Very smooth, Eddie. He's going to be just fine. Country roads. Nice sequential nice sequential lights on those bags. Remember I told you I love my preloaders, guys? The biggest perk that I get is stuff like that. Meeting somebody, a total stranger to me until today. Just a stand-up guy, and that's usually how my preloaders are. I told you guys before, I haven't met one preloader, whether it's in person or via the internet, that I said, what the hell's wrong with this person? That says so much, guys. It says so much. So again, I appreciate you all. All right, I'm gonna head home now. I'm glad Eddie got me out of my bed early. Riding in this nice, cool, weather. It's not burning hot. And as long as we have overcast here, I feel like I just want to keep on riding. All right, guys, so I'm about to head out. I'm headed to Harley-Davidson to have the clutch handle adjusted. And as I stated in an earlier video, it's a bigger job than I thought. I mean, it's not a huge job, but meaning I thought it was just an adjustment they had to make someplace on the cable wire, but they have to actually take off the primary cover and do some stuff in there. But so I'm headed there now. I've already made the adjustments, meaning I moved cars out of the way. I'm going to go in between here, and I'm talking about the Limited. I don't think I mentioned that. So, all right, see you guys at Harley-Davidson, and I'm going to wait for the motorcycle, so I'll be there hanging out, reading your comments and your emails, and Facebook and Instagram. Preloaders, V.I.Preloaders, welcome back to the channel. Always nice to have you guys here with me. Always nice to have you guys here with me. Non-preloaders, please stand by. All right, I want to take this time to thank you guys. Thank my V.I.Preloaders for joining, supporting the channel. I appreciate that. Thank the rest of my preloaders for subscribing. Thank you for your emails and your comments in the comment section. And for my preloaders in the Preload and Keep It Loaded Facebook group. All right. If you guys are interested in joining that group, all you have to do is answer some questions and you are in. All right. So again, all of you guys, thank you very much. Okay. For those of you that have never been to my channel before, maybe you just stumbled upon it. Somebody told you about it and you said, let me check this out. Let me give you some background. My name's Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent with the motorcycle unit. The name of my channel is called Robert Simmons, Paying It Forward. And I created this channel with a few things in mind. Primarily, I wanted to share my knowledge, experience, and training that I received from the NYPD Highway Patrol Motorcycle Unit with you guys, with a special focus on slow speed motorcycle operation, because that's the aspect of riding a motorcycle, guys, that is most important. And it's most important because that's when you are the boss. You have to be the boss because you need to be in 100% control of the motorcycle at speeds below 15 miles per hour. I also want to help you be the boss of your motorcycle. And what that simply means is basically what I just said. I want you to be confident riding your motorcycle at slow speeds. I want you to not even think twice about making a right turn or a left turn or a U-turn. A U-turn. Oh, you know how many people don't like U-turns? And the reason they don't like them is because they lack confidence in that area. And that's what I want to help you guys do. I also hold practice sessions in Pooler, Georgia, usually on a weekly basis. Okay, that's for my V.I.Preloaders only. And if you're interested in coming out and practicing with us, all right, check the description section. And when you go in there, look where it says practice sessions. That's going to tell you everything you need to know to come out and practice with me. If you're interested in becoming a V.I.Preloader, okay, that information is also in the description section. And there's also a link in there. Click on that link. It will give you a short video where even if you're not thinking about joining now, but you just want some further information, bam, right there for you. There's also information in there regarding the definition of what preload is and what a preloader is. There's concourse dimensions in there, the name of the exercises that we do in there, information on if you'd like to make donations to the channel. There's a PayPal link in there and a Zelle and Venmo. So, you know, and I want to thank you guys again that have contributed to the channel to help support it using those means. All right, highly appreciate it. All right, so guys, I'm headed to Harley-Davidson, as I already said, to get the handle for the clutch adjusted on Violet. That's the name of this limited CVO that I'm riding. And I'm just going to say this, guys. My intention is to go there, let them do what they're going to do to this motorcycle, and sit down on that couch or one of those chairs and read your comments and your emails and wherever is in the Facebook group. I'm going to use that time to do that. That was my plan. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so I told you that I was gonna wait for my motorcycle. So while I'm waiting for it, why not test ride a Road Glide Limited? So a few people asked me, have you ridden a Road Glide? I said, no, I haven't. So I'm gonna ride this one. This is Eric. A few of you guys gave Eric his props for his knowledge in the motorcycle and sales. So, all right. And I wanted to do the Limited. I didn't want to do the Standard because what's the point? I would never buy a Road Glide Standard anyway. I know it's not that much difference except for the engine and the fact that this one has a tour pack, but the handlebars are all the same, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Road Glides, yep.
All right. I'll let you guys know. All right, guys, so first things first, just to give you a quick walk around of the Road Glide Limited. All right, and so of course for me, this is really the biggest difference, a different fairing, and the fact that turning the handlebars is independent of the fairing. So it's going to feel more like probably my Road Glide because nothing's on the handlebars. Other than that, the key to this is your head and eyes should be here. So if your head and eyes are here, it doesn't matter if the fairing is not turning with the handlebars. Yeah, you're still going to see it in your peripheral vision that it's not turning. But if you're turning, you're not looking here anyway, right? If I'm turning left, I'm looking here. I'm looking where I want to go. I can't even see the fairing or the handlebars, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. Then I look back straight when I'm going straight. And when you're going straight, it doesn't matter, right? Because the handlebars and the fairing are straight. They're aligned. If I'm making a right turn, head and eyes, handlebars. Can't see it, right? So it doesn't matter. If you're focusing down on this, then you're going to say, wow, I have to get used to this. When really you don't. You shouldn't be looking at this anyway. Your head and eyes should always be even with the horizon. You should be looking where you want to go. I'm going to get on the highway, see if there's any difference with this whole feel less whatever with the wind. Let's try it out. All right. Right for the sweet spot. There we go. Preload, keep it loaded. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your foot on that rear brake. And we can all ride fast, right? So before I get on the highway or anything, I like to make some turns. I like to get familiar with the bike. I want to get familiar with it. To let her know right away who's in charge here. Now I did promise them I'm not going to drag the boy, so all right, let's get on the highway here. No heel to toe shifter, oh my God. I can barely fit my foot under it. on an exit ramp on a highway, but still on the highway because of traffic. Because if somebody rear-ends the car behind you, that car can hit you. So you're always scanning, covering that rear brake. Obviously, the motorcycle's in first gear. And obviously, you're not right on top of the car in front of you. Because if you need to get out of here, you need to get out of here. That's why we need to know how to do slow speed motorcycle operation. Because it comes in handy in emergency situations. So once I see I got two cars behind me, I got a little bit more of a buffer if that car gets rear-ended. But again, if a tractor trailer hits a car and it's got a good amount of speed behind it, it can still push 3 cars into you. So that's another reason you don't want to be right on top of the car in front of you. If you're unfortunate enough to get hit, at least you'll have some room to move forward without you now hitting something else. Or worse, getting sandwiched in between that car, your motorcycle, and the car in front of you. But right now I'm doing exercise number 2 on an exit ramp. 4 miles per hour, head and eye, straight ahead. There's a red light ahead of me, but I'm keeping my speed slow so that the person behind me has to keep their speed slow. Sometimes if you give people space, they have a tendency to want to hit the gas more. And then you never know, that's how stuff can happen. So the light just turned green. Of course, I'm gonna see how far I can do this before I put my foot down. That's just me challenging myself. The guy in front of me almost messed me up because he wasn't looking forward. Once he looked up, he saw the truck was moving, so he moved. All right, yellow light, red, so I'm gonna have to stop here, but I'm gonna pull to the side a little bit so I can see what the hell's going on up there. And so if something does happen behind me, I got an escape route straight ahead, right on the side of that truck, between the truck and the curb. So right now on the highway, I really don't feel a difference. However, in all fairness, you have to ride longer than that to really try to feel something. You got to ride it in real conditions. My only issue with the road glide, it's not really an issue. It's just not appealing to me visually. And at the end of the day, that's usually what's most important to people. You got to look at it and love it. Especially at this price range, you got to love it. I always tell people, when you look at a motorcycle and you're trying to compare one to the other, which one makes it move? That's what you go by. Which one makes it move? What is it? Faulty pronoun reference? You figure it out. Exercise number 2. So this heel to toe shift is not high enough. I got to try to squeeze my foot under it. I know, not impressive. Stop. Let me get back on the highway. Exercise number 2. Exercise number 2. 2. All right, now we got rocks here. Am I going to lean a lot? No. Keep the motorcycle as straight up as possible. Slightly. Anytime it's something like that, you don't want to be leaning. me blipping the throttle on the downshift, I'm doing that to bring the RPMs up to the lower gear. Unless I'm trying to do engine braking, then I don't want to do that. It's counterproductive. All right, guys, so we got a country road here. One way in each direction, double yellow line. Can we make a U-turn here? Of course we can. We know we can. And we got a curve on the other side of the street. But we practice, we know we can make that U-turn. No problem, right? No problem at all. Even with the curve in front of us. Do we care about the curve? No. Because we're not looking at the curve. Right? Check my mirrors. There's the car behind me, but it's okay. I got room. Head and nine. Handlebars. Check my mirrors. Head and nine. Preload. Handlebars. Lean, of course. We got this, right? Road glide, street glide. I don't care what kind of glide. I don't care what kind of motorcycle. The rules don't change, right? I gotta keep the RPMs under 3,500. This motorcycle has 20 miles on it. All right, I'm gonna take it back, give you a different angle on the camera of me doing some U-turns in the parking lot. And I may even ride that Pan America. Not my style, but it's a motorcycle. See what it's about. If I would have known I was gonna be doing this, I would have wore some boots. Killing my sneakers. I know some of you are gonna say, you shouldn't be wearing sneakers anyway. Listen, I tell you, this is not a preaching channel. I don't preach to people. I don't preach to you guys either. I just tell you, I give you advice. I tell you what I think you should do when it comes to certain things. But most of the stuff I'm talking to you about, most people don't know you should be doing. I think everybody knows that you should have on full gear at all times. You should have on boots, high ankle boots. I think everybody knows that. You should have on a helmet. But at the end of the day, we're all adults. We're all gonna make our own decisions, do what we want to do. right, let's give you a different camera angle. All right, guys, so I'm gonna make sure I don't make too tight of a U-turn. I don't want to scrape even the kickstand, not the floorboards. When you make these left turns, the first thing you're gonna hear is the kickstand scraping. So let's make some nice U-turns just to show you guys how it looks and let you know how I think it feels. All right, what are the steps? Make sure I'm in first gear. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't own this motorcycle. Cover the rear brake, preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. I've already found where the sweet spot is on this motorcycle. I'm making a turn, so head and eyes, look in the direction that I want to go. Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, I'm going to pick up my foot. This is exercise number 4, but it's really exercise number 6 in the end. All right, nice and easy. No scraping, using the rear brake. All right. So, what do I think about it? I like it. The only thing I don't like is the way it looks. However, the CVO model in this, that orange and black one, yeah, I'm not going to tell you guys that I wouldn't have purchased that if it was here, because I like the way that one looks. You know, it's got the bigger wheel. It's the way the spokes look. It wouldn't be fun cleaning those, but I almost feel like this thing is hypnotizing people. And what by that I mean, there's not that much difference in the ride, but visually, you see all of this, and it gives you a different feeling about the motorcycle. If there's a difference, as far as what I can tell from the ride that I took, it's so slight to me that it wouldn't be a contributing factor to me choosing this over a Street Glide or a Limited. You know what I mean? But I do like, now of course, this would have been a much better ride for me if I had a backrest, if I had highway pegs. But outside of that, yeah, I get it. I understand why, but listen, it's on the same frame as a Street Glide, so it's not going to be that much, it's not going to be that many differences, you know what I mean? All of this on the inside is open, so I don't think you're going to get a lot of air coming in there anyway, because when you're riding, all of that wind is coming and going like this, but I don't have anything bad to say about it. I like the way it maneuvers, right? And I knew that was going to be the case because there's no extra weight on the handlebars when you're turning, so it's like I said when I first got on the bike, it's going to be like my Road King. And I like the fact that with the stock handlebars, I don't have any issues with it hitting my legs. I have plenty of room because the handlebars come up high enough for that. So, all right, let's see if I'm going to test ride the other one. But for the Road Glide, for this Road Glide that I rode, the Limited, it doesn't really matter, Limited, standard or whatever. I'm going to give it a thumbs up. Not for the way it looks, but for the way it feels. You know, I like the way it feels. You know, do I like the way it feels more than my Street Glide? No, but mentally it's doing something to me because I have all of this. You know, if I want to press something on the screen, I got a further reach. Not a huge deal. Now, yes, there's hand controls, but they don't control everything. Some things you have to actually touch. All right, but I do like it. I need a heel to toe shifter, little things like that. Yeah, I'm just the shark fin thing. And the two headlights in the front. I'm not crazy about it. It's growing on me a little bit, and it started growing on me more when I looked at that CVO model, because everything else looks so good. You start looking at other stuff and going, eh. Plus, I believe Custom Dynamics actually came out with 2 lights you can put there and some other stuff to dress it up to make it look better. You have more options with headlights with a Street Glide because it's that one headlight. So you have much more options, whereas this one you don't. All right, but it's cool. So guys, I'm not going to say anything about this. I'm going to let Eric tell you about this motorcycle. All right, Eric, what are we looking at here?
So this is the Pan America Special, the 2021 Pan America Special. You'll see it looks a little different. So we got the lace wheel option on there. It's a $500 upgrade for when you get this bike. Would advise, if you like the lace wheels, to get it when you purchase the bike, because it's only a $500 upgrade. If you buy it afterwards, it's going to be $850 to $1,000, and it also has a different mounting system. But they are for quick release or a quick change out on the road if you bust a spoke. The stock rims are a mag wheel. They're only rated for on-road and groomed trails. So if you know you're going to go off trail, you'll want to definitely get those lace wheels. And I think it looks nicer, me personally. But that's one option that's on there. And then this one also has what's called the variable ride height. So the seat can adjust in 2 positions to lower it. Then if you get a reach seat, you can drop this down another inch. For us shorter guys, that's height challenge on those. But the variable ride height is an electronic suspension where it'll lower another 2 inches when you come to a stop. So as soon as I take off, it's going to go back up to its normal height. And then when I come to a stop, it's going to squat down. And you'll see it when I get on the bike. I'm going to be high up on my toes, but then when I turn it on, it's going to lower a little bit, and I get about to the balls of my feet, which is still comfortable for me riding. A little bit more uncomfortable for newer riders, but it's something that you can get acquainted to. So 1250 Revolution Max engine is the newest design. It's a beast, about 150 horsepower. The bike flies. It's got a bunch of different programmable options as far as the ride modes, from road to wet road to off-road to sport mode. In sport mode, you can really feel the suspension tighten up. In versus regular road mode, it's really soft. When you stand up, you can actually bounce. I like to feel like I'm Tigger when I'm on the bike because it's very bouncy. But I'll go ahead and climb on the bike and show you, and then crank it on, and then you'll see if you watch right in here, you'll see the bike lower. I'm a big climb on it like a horse, so I like to straighten the handlebar a little bit because you saw it brings it down a little more. Then I use the foot peg and I just step over. So now I'm on the bike easy, and then I gotta stand it up. I'm gonna pull the kickstand up, and then watch, as soon as I turn it on, it started to squat a little bit. So now I'm comfortably on the balls of my feet, and when I ride the way I ride anyways, I'm like this. I always have my gear foot on the peg, my foot's down, I'm clutched in, and I'm ready to take off if I need to, in case of an emergency, if somebody's coming up behind me fast, or if I'm just ready to go, then the bike's ready to go. So that's the variable ride height. Then I'll show you another cool feature about it. I get off the same way, but this bike comes with a center stand. So now you can have it up on a center stand, which makes ease of maintenance. If I gotta clean my spokes, or on the other side it's got a chain, if I gotta lube my chain, now I don't have to invest in stands or anything to set it up. I can pretty much do maintenance as I need to. The Pan America does not come with integrated GPS like all of our other touring bikes does. It does have a TFT screen, but with the HD app, as soon as I turn on the HD app and I have my phone paired, then that map from the HD app will jump over to the screen. As soon as you close it, it goes away. There's radio functions on here also. It has no speakers, but with your phone paired, anything that is on your phone will pump through the radio into your headset then, i.e. talking on the phone, music, and then, like I said, the GPS. Okay, so biggest thing is it's starting is a little different than our normal conventional Harleys. It's got a pull down switch right here, and then your Sparky button is right on top. Okay, but then you also notice we got a mode button, and then your mode button is displayed right here. So right now it's in sport. Push the mode button, it goes, that one's off-road. This one is off-road plus, which is one of the 3 programmable modes. A is also pre-programmable mode. Then you got your rain mode, and then that's road mode. Let's see what else, and then back to sport. So with the programmable modes, you can go in there and you can actually affect throttle position, the ride height adjustment. You can have it always go down to this level or always go down to max level. So there's a handful of different options you can program into 3 programmable modes.
Okay.
But in a nutshell, that's the Pan America Special.
All right, guys, so what do you think? Should I ride it? That's a rhetorical question. I'm gonna ride it. All right, guys. Once again, if I knew this, I would have wore boots. So how much does this motorcycle weigh?
The Special is 580, I want to say thereabouts, plus or minus.
So I still get on the motorcycle from the high side. And I usually keep the handlebars turned. So this is just like the road glide in the sense that when you turn the handlebars, just the handlebars move, right? But remember, I'm not getting on the motorcycle with just my right hand on the right handlebar and stepping on here. I'm putting my left hand on the left side, leaning my body forward. So now my weight is actually over the motorcycle, so it's not gonna fall over. Oh, yep. As soon as I turn the on switch on, I feel the motorcycle lower. That's what you were talking about. It's in neutral. And so now I have to get accustomed to putting my feet back to get to the gears. Clutch is all the way out.
All the way out.
Yeah. So, like I always say, make sure I'm in first gear, which I am. Cover the rear brake. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right before the sweet spot. There it is. There it is. Keep it loaded. Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your left foot. Rear brake, rear brake. This clutch is all the way out. Head and eye, handlebars. Let's make some right turns. It's like you make those right turns and then I gotta concentrate. Turn the handlebars, Robert. Turn them. There we go. You know, the more you get comfortable with it, turn the handlebars, Rob. Head and eyes. Handlebars. So clearly we can make tight U-turns with this. It's got a much better turning radius. All right, let's take it on the street. All right, make sure I'm in first gear. Cover the rear brake. The rules don't change, guys. Preload, keep it loaded. Clutch right for the sweet spot. Make sure this motorcycle goes all the way out. Preload, Rob, keep it loaded. Slowly release the clutch into the friction zone. As soon as the motorcycle starts to move, pick up your left foot. You're gonna be all right. Exercise number 2. And we're off. All right, coming up to our light. Exercise number 2. I'm not gonna get on the highway. I don't have a full face helmet. Although this windshield's doing its job. Exercise number 2. Exercise number 2. Oh, we're good. I'm in second gear now. I'm gonna go down to first, just so I know I'm in first gear. Remember, everything we do, start first gear. Now I'm on the rear brake. Exercise number 2. We got a high center of gravity on this motorcycle. Alright, that's good. We don't want to be too close to the motorcycle in front of us. Scanning the pickup truck behind me, there's a car behind that, and there's a car behind that. So I have a buffer, unless the pickup truck decides to take me out. He doesn't have too much of a running start, even though he can still do some damage. Like I said all the time, anytime you get on the motorcycle, you're taking a chance. It's that simple. Exercise number 1, starting. Red light, going back down to first gear. Exercise number 2. Rear brake only. And we're good right there. Scanning. I like the shot. Look at that. Woo! So on this motorcycle, the signal light switch is not on each side like you're accustomed to with Harley Davidsons. It's on the left side only. All right, guys, so not really for me. I guess it could be fun. I never rode this type of motorcycle before, and in my mind I thought it was going to feel like a sport bike where it's nice smooth acceleration, and it's just not. It feels like a tractor, like it's, you know. And but it, you know, now I also say, guys, this is the top of the line. This has everything on it, right? So it's important to know that as well. Obviously these wheels are not going to come on a lower model. As Eric was saying earlier, that's an upgrade. And I am also happy to report not one incandescent bulb is on this motorcycle, not one. And that's saying a lot for Harley Davidson. So if you notice, this engine looks a lot like Indian's engine. It's cool, just not for me. I don't want to have my feet back like this and changing my gears like that. You know, that's just not how I ride. I want to be straight up. I want my feet out in front of me. I don't want them behind me. You know, so definitely not for me. You guys don't have to worry. I won't be making a purchase this time with this motorcycle. This was not my plan when I came to this dealership today to ride either of these motorcycles. I was just getting my motorcycle taken care of as far as the clutch handle being adjusted. So you know what? I'm done test riding motorcycles that I'm not buying right now. Let's go look at that clutch and see if we like that. How about that? All right, so there's my baby. She's all done. I still haven't paid him yet. I have to go in and pay him, but before we do that, let's do some U-turns. Okay, they put air in the tire. Very good. Okay, it's catching a little quicker. Preload, Rob, preload. Preload. All right, it's better. Let me go pay them. So what they're telling me is they can't really do too much adjustment to it. So where they have it now is, it's the closest it's gonna get. So, all right, here's what it is. Remember, I always say if it's a little better, so that's fine. And I always say we can get used to anything. So the more I ride it, the more I get accustomed to it, there will be no issues. More unexpected things going on in this building. So when I came here today, I came just to have the clutch handle adjusted so that it didn't have my hand go so far out before it engaged. And I told you guys that I was going to use the time that I was waiting for them to do that to read your emails and your comments and Facebook stuff and all of that. And I never got a chance to do any of that because I'm out test riding road glides and Pan Americas. But it was fun. I'm glad I did it. Of course, I'm going to get to you guys emails and comments and stuff like that. That's every day. That's part of my life now, right? But I am happy to report I paid $50 for, like $54 or whatever it was, for the adjustment. All right. The guy Tim, master technician that worked on my bike, I gave him $20, and Tyler, the guy that made the adjustments on, actually he made 2 adjustments to my heel to toe shifter on this motorcycle. He didn't do it today, and he also made an adjustment on another motorcycle of mine, again, not today, gave him $20. Only reason I didn't give it to him before is I didn't have any cash on me. So I always appreciate, ooh, that's hot. I always appreciate good work. And when it's good work, I'm always going to recognize it. Just like if something's not good, I'm going to point that out too. All right, always going to give it to you guys 100%, not sugar coated. All right, we're all adults, we can handle it, right? All right, guys, so that's going to do it for me. I'm going to head back home. I'm going to get some more footage going back home on this motorcycle, on the 360 cam, just trying out different angles and stuff. I might put that on the video, I might not. If I do, it'll be at the end. After what I'm saying, I'll let that roll into the end. As always, guys, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. Special shout out to my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there. Know that you're appreciated. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, particularly Highway 1, because that's where I worked, and the Highway District. That's where the motorcycle school is. That's what taught me how to ride this motorcycle the way I do. But it does not end there, guys. You have to keep practicing. It is a perishable skill. I love getting on a newer motorcycle and almost feeling like I got to pay attention to stuff a little bit more, get acclimated to it, okay? And as time goes on, you'll just get used to that. So if you only ride one motorcycle, all right, that should be easy, but that's why you practice, okay? All right, guys, remember, practice, 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 practice. Preload and keep it loaded. Did you hear me keep telling myself keep it loaded when I was on my motorcycle? I do it to myself too, guys. Preload, keep it loaded, practice, practice, practice. Because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is not only a safer rider, but a rider that's actually going to enjoy riding this motorcycle much, much more. Until next time, guys.